Right. 2 missions in a row where we have major life-changing things happen to Lynn. Anyone else hoping that there's nothing else life-altering to come until we get to the absolute finish of this quest? Because I honestly feel like we've had enough destiny thrown at us for a single campaign. Thank you very much. There's been many bandits everywhere we've gone so far, mostly because the story doesn't want us to have to fight any other style of enemy just yet. And unfortunately, it's not like we've caught any major bandit leader enemy we're building to clash against. Every named bandit we've seen, we deal with in the same mission they're introduced. Should I even bother asking what that chapter title is supposed to be for? Well, the music sounds somber for some reason. If there was anyone who could stop them nearby, I'm pretty sure that the bandits wouldn't be such a massive issue for the area. We're not going to have any kind of permanent impact on the obscene number of bandits in the region. We're just going to kill whoever happens to be stupid enough to get between us and our goal. As much as I like Lynn's campaign as a whole, one of the things that always bothered me is that there is never really a point where she goes absolutely relentlessly hunting down bandits because she hates them for what they did to her tribe and numerous other random villages. At most, she vows to one day end the bastards, and if she ever tries to make good on her promise, it's later in the game than I've ever been able to muster the motivation to play through. So, yeah, I do not see any satisfying conclusion of that possible character arc. Bold thing to say, even if most of them use axes instead of swords, but we never really get a resolution, as I said. As far as I can tell, the story never gives her the opportunity to go on the offensive that she very much claims she wants to go on. Maybe because the writers were worried that if she did pull something like that, it might result in some scenes where she doesn't quite feel as heroic as they want her to be. I'd be all for it, though. Especially since I severely doubt they'd ever go far enough in her quest for vengeance to pull anything similar to Anakin Skywalker or something. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see some bandits be petty bastards towards a character that's about to join our team. Seriously, our heroes were looking at a village that was absolutely wiped out. No man, woman, or child left in it. And now we're seeing a pair of bandits hassling this girl on a Pegasus like they're part of some random batch of low-level thugs in a small-town street gang rather than bloodthirsty raiders who are willing to destroy entire villages. I wouldn't outright call it mood whiplash, but it does kind of seem awkward that we go from seeing evidence that bandits are absolute monsters that leave nothing but destruction in their wake with whatever these nobodies are. The girlie is on a flying horse and has a spear. I'm pretty sure that gives her a bit more authority than you random thugs. Though I suppose your axes do have the triangle advantage and all that. A little hard to capture one alive if you don't have any pets or flying mounts of your own. And I don't think you guys have any wyverns to call on. So you're either gonna have to kill it, or it's gonna get away from you. And I severely doubt that a dead Pegasus is gonna earn you much of anything. A commotion that we're gonna have to get involved in since, well, it's not like Lynn would be all that inclined to avoid fighting against bandits, especially when someone else is in any kind of trouble right in front of her. Oh, for God's sakes. You mean to tell me that Lynn knows this girl we just happened to stumble onto personally? Ugh. Are you kidding me? I know the story in this campaign is following Lynn in particular, but did we have to make it feel like the world outright revolves around her for 3 missions in a row? Should I bother asking how you managed to become friends with this girl? You're not telling us how you two met, since she's training in a completely different country to be a Pegasus Knight here. It's not like she dresses or acts like she's in any way native to Seika. How did you hear that someone who's a member of a nomadic tribe that got destroyed left? Again, are you kidding me? This was what sparked the fight against this batch of bandits? It sounds like something out of a comedy TV show or something. So your response is to try to steal her flying horse out from under her and possibly sell her into slavery over something that clearly didn't do any kind of permanent damage. I know we need an excuse to get into a fight, but come on, this is just painfully weak. Especially after Lynn said she wanted to go to the especially bandit-ridden mountains and wipe them all out when she gets stronger. Am I the only one who feels there's a bit of a clash in tone at the moment here? Right. So a random accident that should have been something to laugh off is going to result in several people getting killed. Lynn doesn't come across as bloodthirsty when it comes to bandits, because these guys are practically flinging themselves into our blades. There isn't even the slightest of chances for the characters to seem in any way morally ambiguous around here. Not a great first showing for Florina, since she needs to be reminded that she's a combatant. But to be fair to Florina, she's not too good against axe users this early on, and archers can absolutely wreck her day. She's mostly going to be limited to fighting the bare few swordsmen that are on this map. By the way, I don't see why Lynn felt the need to tell us not to take these guys lightly when the enemy is showing far more unit variety than we've seen from them so far. Nothing against this bit of advice, but I'd like to be able to make the decisions around here since, again, we are the tactician. Unfortunately, I'm sure we've got some more hand-holding bullshit in our near future. Florina has the exact same reactions to the player character regardless of if we choose to make the player character a man or woman. You mean to tell me that these petty bastards would just casually destroy entire villages? Because I didn't get the sense they were that style of bandits when we had that conversation at the start of the mission. Stop calling it a command, since we have absolutely no choice in the matter. Why can't I have Florina go to the 2 villages while the other 3 start pushing right? What? You people can't tell that Lynn looks significantly different from the bandits who've been causing trouble around here? Hell, when's the last time they've seen a female bandit, much less one that's dressed like this? With the way these guys have been acting, I'm pretty sure anyone with breasts would be either sold into slavery or outright raped. Not that the game's writers in any language would explicitly go that far in a Nintendo game. Yes. Just traveling through and putting notches on our belts for the various kills we've done, all of which so far have been bandits. Okay, so we're gaining this Will guy as well as Florina. Guess that makes up for the previous mission not adding anyone to our team. I don't suppose you can tell us what you bring to the table for us before you deploy, can you? Some people I know who play the Fire Emblem games don't like Pegasi or Archers. But ironically, I do like those units, even if they're nothing outright amazing compared to some other unit classes. Flyers ignore terrain for the most part, and can move even further than regular cavalry. Archers are our first ranged units. Granted, mounted archers are in every way better than regular ones, but I still appreciate having Will this early in the game. I'm sure he's gonna be gaining a good number of kills before the inevitable replacement later on. And I doubt anyone's gonna replace Florina as our main flyer of the game, since she just came way so early that she's gonna have a lot of experience by the time the others show up. Wait, best suited? They are completely incapable of fighting in melee, and if attacked in melee, they cannot counterattack. Why would you think I forgot about you in less than 2 minutes? Just what kind of attention spans do you think the players would have in this tactics-oriented game? Because that feels pretty damn insulting to me. Please tell me we're gonna be done with the hand-holding once we're done with this turn for Florina. I wanna have fun commanding our troops, not reading text that says how things work as we're told exactly what to do, and not allowed to make decisions for large chunks of the game. Well, I should certainly hope you are after the sheer amount of time you had to prepare for it. And good God, I wish I could attack from the wall instead of having to go to the exact spot the game wants us to. Just something to give me the sense that I can actually make decisions. Shortcut nothing. If you don't know them, then you're doomed to get absolutely ripped to shreds and lose. This isn't the game saying anything along the lines of Sun Tzu's Art of War, of knowing yourself and your enemies. This is the game trying to make something absolutely basic sound profound, and instead make themselves sound like idiots. Well, that was a quick and easy kill for Kent. Not quite the best positioning, but at least for Sane and Kent, we were allowed to do whatever we wanted there. Okay, so we're taking some arrow hits as well. Again, I definitely like that the enemy forces are getting to be more complicated than just everyone being axe users now. I just wish that the game had a different way to convey the information they feel we absolutely need to know in order to move on. Seriously, there had to be a better way to tell us that flying units have a weakness to archers. There had to be a better way to tell us how terrain works 2 missions ago, or how we can trade items between units. If the tutorials we have to go through are this obnoxious, you've made a mistake somewhere along the lines. Great. Now I'm trying to decide if Florina's starting shyness is better or worse than Saint's absolute stupidity 2 missions ago. Indeed. This isn't the kind of game where friendly fire is even vaguely possible, and trying to tell us about this weakness this way isn't going to make it stick to our minds. I'm not saying the information is pointless. You do need to be told this sort of thing, but frankly, my first time trying this game decades ago, I learned about how screwed flying units are against archers by using an archer against an enemy flyer, not because of what they said in this mission. The walls of text we're seeing where Florina is timid and unnerved by an ally, or Sane does everything wrong that he possibly could when we should be able to prevent him from doing such stupidities, are not making things stick around in my skull. Actual experience makes me more likely to firm up the mechanics of the game in my mind. It's going to be a bit awkward getting through that small hole on the right, but at least the enemy is too occupied by them to really send all that much against Florina. I just don't feel like it's a great idea to have Lynn go over the mountains right now, though, and I'm sure we're going to pull Florina away from the north half of the map, since she's not skilled enough to solo anyone with an axe just yet, and I really don't like the idea of getting in bow range with her. Her debut mission is doing less good for her than Sane's did for him, though maybe I'm premature in saying that. Apparently, it's more lucrative to be an anti-bandit force than it is to be bandits around here. Really makes me wonder why being a bandit seems to be such a popular choice for a job around here. I'm sure that will happen to us a good number of times in this game, and I'm debating with myself if I should keep track of how many weapons we break on our way to the end. It doesn't seem as interesting to keep track of, especially since comparing that to keeping track of kills. That is a positive thing, while breaking weapons just feels like I'm blaming this or that person for being an idiot who doesn't know how to maintain their gear. Not that we're capable of maintaining gear in this game, or most of the Fire Emblems in general. Four kills for Sane at this point. And that's another pretty solid level up for Sane. Shame that it doesn't look like we can get Florina to focus in on the swordsman in this mission to help her level up. At least not without sending her into the absolute grinder. That would be the sheer number of enemy axe users and that archer. Oh, good God, these poor bastards can't even hurt Sane right now. I was not expecting him to be this tanky this early on. Hell, I wasn't expecting him to become tanky at all, since his class is more meant for mobility than holding his ground against wave after wave of enemies. I can certainly appreciate it, but it's not gonna do the actual defensive unit type any favors when we finally get one of those slow-moving bastards. Anyway, Sane has become an ace now. We got 3 on the team at this point, and Kent is the only one of them with more than the bare minimum of 5 kills. Yeah, let's try to get some of these bastards into a kill zone instead of having us deal with them one-on-one over and over again. The terrain might not be especially open, but it's still good enough for us to get some nice moves in with the units we have available at this point. quite what I was expecting they do, but we can work with this. Okay, don't think she's gonna gain a kill here, but she can at least do some damage to the archer so someone else can get the finishing blow on him. Just need to know the archer is gonna be finished off. Anyway, that makes 7 for Kent. Okay, I'm not against Kent getting some more speed and health, but can we get some more strength and defense as well? He's just not been having much luck in his level ups, considering he had an experience edge compared to Zane due to the tutorial bullshit at the start. Right. No way that Florina is gonna attack that archer, though maybe if I get Will to take the shots first, Florina can actually secure the kill. Right. Not a perfect way to get it done, but still, Florina is getting some more experience in this mission. Oh wow, she's getting a free 3rd kill in her first mission. I did not see that coming at all, and Will doesn't have anything. She's definitely lucky as hell considering how rough things looked for her in this mission, just based on how the enemy was set up and how little control we had in the first few moves. Probably why her luck went up in that level. Well, let's get some shopping now that we have the opportunity. The Iron Lance is going to hit harder than the Slim Lance for Florina, that's for sure, though it's going to lower her speed a bit. As a side note, really can't help chuckling that the only money we have is the money we got from that random village that Florina flew into earlier in this same mission. Could we maybe have some other means of gaining money than just friendly donations from people who for some reason are feeling generous when we talk to them when there are bandits in the area? Well, I'm certainly not confident in sending Lynn up against the local boss, at least not without some vulneraries before then, and it's more likely that Sane is going to finish him off considering how much time is left on the clip. We'll have to do the post-mission discussions at the start of the next clip, considering I really don't want things to go over half an hour long here. Yeah, definitely not going to spend a hell of a lot at this point, since it's not like we have all that much money in the first place. Okay, if we get hit twice, we lose Sane, but the odds of that happening should be low. Okay, so Will hasn't gained any kills of his own, but he's certainly doing a good job of making sure others can get the kill. He may not be on the kill board, but he's certainly earning his keep. Yeah, you really should have just settled for the apologies there, Miguel. All you gained was a one-sided slaughter against you. It's hard to regret something that we're gonna forget about in a hurry, sir. In fact, I've already forgotten your name. You were just another speed bump on the way to other locations.